nakambe minjani ndasusa mask kumita nitwa mwina mingasusi mask. We still under the Disaster Management Act, so we have to observe all the protocol, which is social distancing, always mask on, except if you are a program director. Otherwise you have to have your mask on, covering your mouth and your nose, not your mask on your hand. Nkomo handle ko jankari ita sungula ntirho lowu hi nga tela wona la masirheni leswi hi ta kota ku tlhelela kaya ya continue na program ya hina without any further ado. I'll request our sponsor to come and open for us in prayer, to lead us in prayer.
Morning.
Morning.
May I ask that we bow our heads and we're going to invite God to be with us this morning as I hear Hubila Lisuka Langwana Borina, our brother, our son, our father, our husband. This day, Lord, you have seen it. You've been there with us. It's been a year. We're grateful for the painful moments, because from those painful moments, God, that's how we learn to appreciate life. Lord, rekopela gore moya wa ngwana borena Matete o amohele. Rekopela badumedi ka moka le mangalo ka moka a mo sireletse. Mara modimo ra ikopela rena ba le mo lefatsheng ba re setseng mo gore go be le rena re phele re tshwaragane. Kopola bana ba gagwe, kopola mosadi wa gagwe, kopola papa gagwe le mme wa gagwe ba se ba tla mo fatseng. Re morena o ba dise dipelo ba itse gore tsela e ke o mo kgetseng yona. Re kopa tsotlhe ka leina la morena wa Jesu Kriste. Amen.
Thank you for such a powerful word. We really appreciate that. I'm really competing with the cars outside, but I want to believe you can hear me loud and clear. Without any further ado, those who have been tasked with the job of coming to unveil the tombstone can come forth and do the honors. There is a gentleman here who's going to assist you.
Yes, I keep
I wouldn't. Ulmo house. Mutus. Okay,
Ribatuli Mino Matabani Matiti, born in 1980, 0905, passed away 2020, 1207, buried 2020, 1212. Your life was a blessing, your memory is a treasure, you're loved beyond words and missed beyond measure.
Engutwila ne bara wawo
Keep it up.
Ba re ka re no practice fela so no o tlo bala.
Tata bala le mo gaufinya go no tla ka re tuna distance ya.
Ara ha bo.
Go emela mo.
A ke bone.
Oh, okay. So it's fine. Get close.
Okay. Rebatuli Mino Matabane Matiti, born 1980, 09, 05, passed away 2020, 1207, buried 2020, 1212. Your life was a blessing, your memory is a treasure. You're loved beyond words and missed beyond measure. Motsoaledi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ebenezer. Thus far, God has been with us. It's been over a year. And today, that's why we are gathered here to celebrate the life well lived. To the Motsoaledi family and the Nkuna family, we like to say thank you for the gift of love that you have given us in the form of Matete. You will always be with us, even though it's departed in this place. But the Spirit is forever with us. I think our program is done here. Now we can drive back home where we're going to start our second part of the program. Thank you so much for your time, your cooperation. I hope you still be like that when we get home. Marante wande luma isilongo because kubatile ba mabedi ba Motsoaledi ba blabla isipedi ne na mina senta blabla isangana so okay. I just yeah. Okay. Before we depart, the family, the close family and friends, relatives, you can come and have a photo opportunity. I was told you're gonna need about 30 minutes, so I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. We're now using digital cameras, so you can come closer. The Motsoaledi and the Nkuna family.
He's shaking my head.
Yeah. And I just hope everyone who is in the program who can attend. Ish. People will talk. And I was sorry I'm okay to go Motsoaledi. Now my car is parked outside. Before we can start with anything, we just ask the Motsoaledi to come and welcome us if they are indeed welcoming us. If not, I'm ready to hit the road. My car is outside. I won't even ask for anyone to shift for me. I will just drive away. So, when I'm going to the Motsoaledi representative can come and tell us if we are really welcome or not. Are we?
Ke a leta metšha setšhaba sa Modimo se ka moka ba lebogo. Nna ke bolela ke le rangwana ngwana yo papa ba Modimo pele ga ka mo ke mogolwake wa fathers e be le di-brothers gomme papa ba le ena mogolo jale ka mantswe a mangwe yo Matete ga ba mpona o ba re rangwana jale ke a leboga ba gešomo gore le gone be ke eme mo gomme ke le amogela ka moka ka mo lapeng le la ga Motsoaledi ke leboga modimo o botse o ro tobilego ba dirapeng wa go bula leswika la mananeo gomme ke re le kgono ga se tšatši la go lla le kgono ke tšatši la go celebrate gomme a re ipsene bagešo ke a leboga.
Then the party begins where we are welcome. You were all invited, man? To come and do what?
Celebrate.
Aha! To celebrate. Nobody's going to make us cry today. Whatever tears, it will be tears of joy. So, because we're here to celebrate, we're not going to waste time with endless speeches. Whoever is in a program, whatever it is that you're performing or going to talk, just make sure you don't talk more than what Mr. Motsoaledi has said. He only spoke for 1 minute and 49 seconds. So the next speakers have got 1 minute 48 seconds at most. Whether it's a performance or it's a talk or whatever, a poem, or you want to give us a recitation or tell us about your history, you've got 1 minute and 48 seconds to do that. The next item is gonna be a song named Unspoken Word.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming to celebrate the life of our fallen giant with me today, Matete Motsoaledi. I know that you were hoping to see me when I talk. I'm sorry. You'll have to listen to the strange voice through the speakers. The Bible in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 4 says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." I feel blessed indeed. I have been contemplating putting this down. I eventually got the strength to do so when I remembered the little book that I stumbled on while packing up, and maybe because today it is Youth Day and the youth should be writing, learning and preparing for their future, that the passion you had writing, reciting poetry, reading as well as singing. So I wrote. I was revived because it has so many memories in it. I used to write down a list of groceries in it for you to buy for us before we had our children. However, the most fondest memory is when you asked me to teach you Shangaan. This is what I wrote to you, though you'd respond in English. Waniranza, my feelings for you define what love should aspire to be one day. Hitachatarini, how soon can you say I do? Kutabamani vitora mwana wa hina. We have a girl's name. We'll have to figure out a boy's. Ulawa na mangani. Two will do. One for me, another for you. If one leaves, we don't feel blue. We met in the year 2002. No. Actually, you scouted me. Our life was fairly a simple one. You were an easygoing being. I, on the other hand, am not so easy to handle person. Well, due to me being picky at times, for a lack of a better word, stubborn. You taught me a lot of lessons, good and bad. What you did not teach me was how to deal with your departure and come and care for our 3 children. But then here we are, and we are nailing it. Neither did you teach me how to say no. Hence, when it was time for you to leave, I didn't say no. We started our family together and had our 3 children, whom you loved without a doubt. We traveled together, loved together, and spent many memories. Beautiful, actually, together. You were a very soft person. You somewhat easily developed passion for almost everything that you discover and excelled in it. Hence your nickname, Mahona Tsohle. Your love for planting was without a doubt one of them. You did it with so much passion. Patience. Your love for music and poetry compelled one to listen with their heart. Bro, you even excelled in bathing, such that you take a 3-hour bathe religiously so daily, not forgetting to mention how you loved expressing yourself while reciting or singing in your mother tongue, Sepedi. Thank you all.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That was dedication by Viola. Wait, that's it. So, which Bible verse did she quote? Wow. Events. Matthew 5, chapter 4. You go down to chapter 6. See, VIP sometimes it doesn't matter. All the tables are so beautiful, food, drinks and everything, but the program director, because of VIP, even the caterers, they cannot come to his table. Wow.
What about the photograph?
The photographer don't want to disturb him. The food and everything, yeah. It's done on purpose.
They mustn't disturb you.
Okay. It's fine, Mr. Photographer. As we continue now, we're gonna have a song by Kosi Skosana. It's gonna be a live performance or a recorded one? Live performance. What? Okay. Guys, I will show you the owner of that voice now. And please tell me if it's gonna match that voice to the owner. That was a beautiful voice, eh? A soprano, a bass, or a tenor, or alto.
All in one.
All in one. Kosi is gonna do a great entrance. What happened? There's an issue with his flight. Apparently, Kosi's flight is delayed, but he's on his way. Kuna kutoka itinida ilaga kuti display la disgrace lo amati kwa taskele komela kwa ngisela tona isinetela tona the pictures that we should be flagging on the screens, please. It's not yet. Okay. All right, we'll continue with our program while we're waiting for Kosi. I'm sure he will arrive before. Was here last night, busy practicing. So yeah. Definitely, yes. We just go to our next item, which is going to be dedication by Arthur. Arthur Mafuka said, no? Yeah. Okay. Just stand that side from yeah.
Good morning. Welcome Ishawana Makoshi. Woblela Muki Kimatawan. Ki Tawana Butsola. Ki Litera Makola. Para que admirisha muy genar en Kanyad. Yeah. So wakamushumu mukumunyani parile kite ki kibulela ilwale ka mukhodzi Nali Matete, we go back over 20 years ago. Yeah. When I first met him, of things together, language, we explored music, we explored poetry, everything. So he was really a friend indeed. And then I feel honored today to honor him. I'm actually happy to honor him, to be part of this celebration. I think over and everything, Matete was a generous person. Yeah, he was very generous. He left us with a lot of undeniable, undisputed talent that he shared with us, be it in music, be it in spoken word, poetry, literature, photography. That's why he was really excelling in everything that he did. And then I think we have so many memories to cherish. I think Matete's story is one to be told forever and ever. I think it's one that we need to have it in our heart and remember the good and happy, joyous memories that we had with him. For me, really, it was his heart. It was his love for everybody. And I mean everybody. He had love for everybody. And then I think that's what made him the person he is. I never thought it was that deep. When he wrote a poem about me, how we spent time together, how we used to listen to music together, a poem that he recited the world over. Yeah, I would travel with him where I could, but whenever he would recite this poem, he would send me clips of those. I think I feel very honored, and then I will cherish this moment forever. Ke mokgotsi ya ka, e tla dula le mokgotsi ya ka. Lelapa la gagwe e tla ba la batho ba gagwe e tla ba batho ba ka. Yeah. Ke a leboha mosarona.
And on time, 1 minute 48 seconds. I was about to stop you. Chief, I believe one thing that you said, that you used to bunk classes. But the reason you gave is not the one. You can't bunk to listen to music. No, I'll call you again so that you give us the real reason why we're banking glasses. Think about it. That one doesn't fly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to welcome the Queen and the Princess, the owner of the mysterious voice that we so love, that we're so dying to see. The owner of the voice has arrived as we play that sweet melodies to welcome her. I got a kind of fellow crema Mr. DJ, Mrs. Incomplete without a picture with a program director. So yeah, that was completing the entrance. Thank you very much, Queen. Moses, you here? Ready to do what? To celebrate. You didn't bank classes to practice point. You guys, you need to be careful next time when you're being asked to be a program director. I came in here and my only claim to fortune is that I was in exile, and then Kriel came after. During our varsity years, that time I haven't even seen the high school that is during our varsity years. We used to bank classes. Man, should I have made it to varsity, I would attend Monday to Sunday without banking any class. When I bank classes in varsity, you are someone, right? Must come closer. The whole world wants to see you and hear you. This name is yours.
Amen.
Stand here. Yeah, for the camera and the audience.
My task is very simple. I'm only here to recite one of Matete Motsoaledi's signature poems, I believe it could loosely be translated as "We are of the music." So this piece was dedicated to Matete Motsoaledi. Through you. Meropa ye re tswetse le yona Matabane go sa tsebe bea tsebe sefereng sa ka gobane go botsa ka di hupile se gokolo mshito ya ditlo bola nna ke ena nonyana Matabane rena re batho le mmino re batho le mmino Matabane re bona ba go godishwa ka kosha tlhwatlhwadi le dinakara bushara rometša lefase ka kiba gobane re dikgwadi meloding ke rena bona bao ba go ruta bothaga tsebe tša iphepa ka bothaga Matabane rena re batho le mmino re batho le mmino Matabane basadi ba megolokwane ba ikwele gešo Matabane basadi ba megolokwane ba ithutile yona gešo Matabane ge re tla re hlaba Matabane re tla re hlaba bomme ba etswa madibeng kgolo ba re šikere re gwelela Matabane matabane re goelela re tlhakella kgorogo babung a bo matingwaneng rena bagale ba go sa fetse go iphaphatha difega re ithegile ka la baswana le re go fa go fega matabane rena ga re a topa fase re a betswe ge nka go lomatsebe matabane gore ge šuga go lešaedi košeng re kgantšha ka dithaga tšetšu dikgwa re ikošeng bokatodi ya dinosi matabane re batho ke mmino matabane re bona ba go putšwa ka letsopa ge re phušuga direto di a šala matabane go gakanega le baditšhaba madirabane ba šupa-šupa ba kgwatha-kgwathana ba re tleng ba bina mola ba hlotša re batho le mmino matabane kene baditšhaba ga ba fetse gore gapa ka dipela le difela ba re rapeletša gore re ba bonegele ditsela gobane ba tseba matabane ba tseba gore rena re sola koša ge re bona gore tela koša ya bagale ba go rafa manaba re re ga re katakate matabane re re hlakoleng go a sepelwa rena re batho le mmino matabane re batho le mmino re batho le mmino matabane meropa ye re tshwetše le yona matabane ga re fetse go hlahla boso bja bokamoso tšhupa tsela e le mešito ya mabane ke re lesego le bohloko re fela re kgadimotša ka koša gobane rena re ba kgoro e kgolo ya bomadingwaneng bagale ba go bina godimo ga magala matabane rena re batho le mmino matabane ga re fetse go hlwa re tsikinywa ke meropa ya bo thobešane le metato ya bo matabane ke re letšutodi la bo masahlela ke re dinaka tša bo masekela gobane ga re fetse go hloya tsebe ge ba opela bo makeba ba gapana le meropa ya bolaka le bo monelekwa matabane rena re batho le mmino full stop
Negeri kita pasti di mana ada pasti itu kafeira macam ada rebatulin ni. Sendo papa ini, ye, masuk, ye, straight, it's cozy around, yeah. I fulfill. I've had the helicopter landing. Because if you are ready, the stage is yours. I've already apologized on your behalf. It was not your fault. Your pilot couldn't land, so yeah. But yeah, finally, yeah. All right.
Again, I'd like to apologize profusely for being late. I'm from Matete, but currently Kriel. I've met Umis V, I think it was about a decade ago. Yeah, and a few months later, she invited me here to watch a movie. And while watching the movie, outside I'm hearing music. And I listened attentively and I'm like, no man, there's someone playing a guitar outside. And I asked her who it is, and but no, I'm Upra. And then I left her in the movie, and I went outside. When I heard him play, I knew there and then I've met the wrong friend. I appreciate each and everything Ubra Agri did for me. He was my mentor, he was a friend, and he helped me a lot through the journey of music. He took me everywhere. La Begaya Corner. And to Miss V, Oluchi, Zoe, and my queen, Una. Thank you so much, guys. When Miss V told me about, asked me actually about performing the song, we're all gonna resonate to it, and it's called Lalangotol. Thank you.
Exactly the way I told you last night when we rehearsed. Even that high tone, remember the one that took us 45 minutes to practice? You hit it perfectly. Yeah, if you got aspiration to be a singer, I'm here. I will assist you in that. Thank you, Kosi. Right now, we'll go to a most important item, which is a book launch. Whoever is going to lead us on that one, the time is now, and the place is here. The audience is yours. Thank you. You look surprised about the book launch? Because you heard about banking of classes, now you're wondering book launch. Nah, don't be surprised. It's one of the many talents that we have. Are we here? They will arrive, I think. Oh yeah, that I don't know. I only knew about Coach's flight. So this one, I don't know what the delay could be. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll just go ahead with the music celebration. Hear my voice. Who will be leading us on that one? Oh, they've arrived there yet. Couldn't wait. No disclaimer. I just hope whatever we did 2 days ago, I'm not gonna be let down. We rehearsed so much for this. Yeah, so yeah. Mesmerize them. Mesmerize them.
Run away. Run away. Ke nna mo Afrika mo kgathi ya magwiti ya bosidi ya maswela a tlhaba ngwana ka ke dia sia le galemetse ya rowa ya topa gatudi ya mao ke nna setlogolo sa ngwa go ja dinonyana di tlhoa ka bashimanyana khaije di amasogana le makharbe sepholosa dikwata ke nna setlogolo sa mmamorobe molamolela bangwe setlogolo sa modiba mmalefokana go tshwana marawa maolo ngare rogane re ya re na setlogolo sa ga masekela ba sekela kwa Echarodesia ba re ke ba mamnyam nyokololo ba o ja ba sa fetse ba re mopao ga ja felesetswe kare ba mamnyam nyokololo ba o nya ba sa fetse mopao ga ja ra felesetswe ga rorogane ke mothepe mwa bakwena ba ila letlhaka ba roka ba metsi ya pula ba re mo Afrika ro kwele o ikana tau o ikana kwena o nyaka eng ka dikubung ka re bebe ithubile ke lebetse ka kiba ya reshu ke bontsha bakgekolo dithogolo bebe ithubile sengumvubu ngumakhasane ngungasela silo samanzi bebe ithubile leleme lona le ke mopedi tsobe le kae rona twi ina la ka ke mo Afrika wa ga mokgathi ke tswa mokgatlong o bitswa gore ke Hear My Voice. Hear My Voice is a non-profit organization based in the capital city of South Africa, Tshwane. Our forte is poetry platforms and international and cultural exchanges. So I met Matete a decade ago through a mutual friend, Dr. David Wamahamela, and I grew up in Mamelodi, and Mamelodi is just, a concoction of cultures, and my Sepedi is not as perfect as it would be, and come now 2010 I meet this man who recites Sepedi like it's Shakespeare, the Roman just the Romeo and Juliet of Sepedi coming out of his tongue. The literal sense of hot knife on butter. Matete was a Sepedi language genius. He revived the Sepedi language like no one. To some of you who don't know, Sepedi is still in commotion with the linguistics, whether it is a dialect or actual name. Siditisha is there also in the pursuit of making sure that Sepedi, it is indeed a language and that deserves space. And Matete was, a true pioneer when it comes to that platform. And as Hear My Voice, we started working on a project. We partner with international organizations because we believe that the South African poetry space deserves to be exported and explored over, the continent and the world. So Matete was part of a program called the South Africa-Sweden Fellowship Program during the hard lockdowns. And I called him because I believed that his work was powerful and to be part of that program. It happened. It was a great success during the hard lockdowns, meeting with people that they have never met online to make sure that we explore the languages. And much as we might think that it is only Africa that is still in limbo with our own native languages, around the world is happening, and Sweden is one of those countries. So we were partnering with Sweden. Matete was part of that program, and he excelled. We were going to release an album as part of the outcomes of that project. So Hear My Voice is a poetry organization, but then knowing Matete was, I'm bringing my music along, as we are documenting, some of these works that we'll be doing. And we accepted that greatly because of poetry can be carried in different forms, and music and poetry indeed a perfect marriage. So he left us a legacy of music and poetry that we will treasure for the longest of time. The song that has been playing, and the song and the poem that Moses recited, it is also embedded into that project. So the project will be out, available for your ears to enjoy. And as Hear My Voice, we are proud as an organization that we are not just passing by, but we are marking timelines using poetry as a medium, and Matete was greatly part of that. And the bigger umbrella of preserving the language of Sepedi. In about over now, I guess it's almost 60 years of people not writing memoirs in Sepedi. Silitisharo penned something beautiful, and Matete was part of that project. So in much as many of you might not read, but people write in English and forget to write in their own mother tongue. So Matete lived to write in his language. In the heart of Berlin, Guten Morgen, the people who are watching from Berlin, in the heart of Berlin, he would recite in Sepedi. And that's what we pride ourselves in, that our languages are as important as any other, whether French, whether Portuguese. He worked for that, and his legacy really is living yonder. Yellow.
Africa. Are makwena mana lini? Ai, kita warohan mabuwa. Ai, sera spediki ya makwena mana lini ingen khulu ba. Aksa buku. I take a book launch. Are we ready? Sure. The floor is yours. Are you still here? Skabanga. Lasia Kala. Who again? Skajoga.
Tshwanelo le late re tshwanelo le motile le kwa tlase go pushback go mapulane so e tla re tshwanela gore le la tshwanela ke mashego go dinaga ya mo le ka ke mashego wa malale wa se go tse semelantsweng se ra ba tsoka tla ba tika ba ke tlana Mageta Mara Chena Machaka, the Shakwan and Shakwan of Hobby Moto, Hobby Motor Heta and the Heta Mutbasa Jane, Kaka Hobby the Madanati. Welcome Shumo, Kitisha or Gomukopana, the medicine, ladies and lady. Hello, Mošomo wa ka ko mokopana ka ge ile gore o sepedišana le modiro wa mokoni re kopane ka ena legolo o ile ngwageng o ge o thoma le Mokgalabe Selediša ba re dula fatshe lebela gore na mokoni goba motho yo o ne le maatla go tshwana le mokoni ge e le gore o re fularetse ka tsela e fele gore ka fela le mogopola ka gona ke batho ba ile gore a se ba tshwanela gore ba le bane ka ga ile gore yo ile gore ba be ba mmetšana phoreng bona phato ba ba dirile go easter o ile a bolela ka sefora fela ga di sa seko sekgoeng ba re never leave this world without leaving steps that will remind posterity of you o ira gore o seka sepela o sa šie magato a tla botšang batho gore mo o ile wa gata jale ra tišega rena re tseba gore rena ra šoma le mokoni ra tseba re mokoni ke motho e le gore mo gatileng gona magato a gage le lekgono le re sa bona re tiša gore le mengwaga e tlago sa tswapele ra bona buke re launchang e bitswa re batho le mmino tsela e tlelang ka yona re ile ra mema batho ba ile gore ba ile ba phedišana le go šoma le mokoni ra re yo ile gore go ne le se ile gore o nyaka go se bolela ka diretso goba ka mantšu a gagwe a re romele sengwenyana fela se ngwalwe ka Sepedi ge se ngwetšwe ka Sejatlhapi goba ka Seburu le ilo se fetolela kwa Sepeding napile ra ba re kgopela batho gore batho ba ntšhisa mafa ka diretso ba romele bele bjale ke ba bantšinyana ba ba ile ba kgona go ya ra ba yona tlaletšo yeo ba ngwala ba bangwe ba motse ka Sejatlhapi ka motlaelabelego napile ra dula fase le Mokgalabe Selediša ra re fetolele kwa Sepeding re lebeletše gore motho e le gore kete ka bophelela ke motho e le gore o be a rata dilo tsa stage o be a rata leme la Sepedi ka kudu e ka ba e le go mo phošetša e le gore re tswa moretla ka leme la ba šile mona re tseba ke motho e le kwa reng ba ile ba romela batho ba bangwe ba ile romela diswantšho ka batho ba fapana ba ba ile romela diswantšho mongwe le ile romela seswantšho se se botse se bona ka mopelo ka re Matete e be le motho le mmino e be le motho e le gore rata mmino motho e le gore o fela o bana le setho se seng a o sepela o ba se rata kudu ba re ke romile ke lerato e ba re ke motho e le gore o ba se retsa romile ke lerato a napile a raloka le katare be ke motho e le ba rata mmino ka kudu napile ka baka le re bona go batho ba ka motsela o bona re ba le gore ba dansa ba thabile e le gore leina la puku re batho le mmino re tšere gona kwa go sereto sa gagwe se e le gore ba bangwe ba tseba re batho le mmino matsabana se e le gore se ile sa gatišo kwa morago pele 2013 go mokgobo wa direto tša Mpumalanga e be e le Sepedi Isindebele Sepulana Seshangane Afrikaans ya ka re lebeletse Afrikaans e ka ba ke leme la mošola ba ke leme la mona re fela re phedišana re fetsa right ka gore ga gona naga e nngwe mo lefatsheng yo bolela Afrikaans tsa gore ke leme la gona mo go rena jwale ga jwale nna yaka tema ke yona eo ya go launcha buke ya kgwetšagala 150 ranta ba ile gore le ka thabela gore re dutše ka kwa magae re nyaka go tataiša e bolela gabotse gore ke direto tša go tataiša Matete Motsoaledi re dutše kwa gae re nyaka go tataiša go na le tse ding tša gage ka batho ka mogare tše e le gore di be di sokolo ke tše diswa di be di sokolo ke gona ka mogare ge e le gore nyaka re dutše re kwa rena ba bona ba gagwe ba šome go tee le ena ba be ba mmona ka lekgo le lefeng ba ba mmona e le motho mo jwang ke mo e le gore buke ka kgwetšagala gona mo go rena le go selediša ka 150 rand ge re ba dira buke re ile ra šoma go tee le ba Polokwane Literary Festival re tsare kwa Polokwane ko mastera ko Polokwane mo ko e le gore o mokoni ko morata kudu go ba morata ka mošoma ka ba tšela pele a dira go be gore le ba tshwere meletlo ya bona ya setšo Literary Festival ya bongwadi napile ba mo mema a tla gona kwa tlo raloka ka Beijing se si dance ta kya mo mema ra ka ta apna le se simanyan se ro la ka ne ka to se bole le na ka mo pe
ke tlileng ka sona ke kgone gore ke tlo robala ke tlo thoma pele ka gore ke rumilwe ke lerato ke rumilwe ke lerato gore ke go rete ke ile ke a retela la go gonna gomme o tla sepela o rata goba o sa rate poeme ke poeme ya mathomo e leng gore e rile ge Matete Motsoaledi a e tla Polokwane Literary Fair a e reta ka ba ka humana le our executive mayor a dutse ntlhaneng ya setulo sa mmoletši di-bodyguard tša re wena tša re e ka re setulo sea a re ae setulo ya sewe ke theeleditše se se tswang mola stageng Matete Motsoaledi Polokwane Literary Fair ke ye nngwe ya di-project tše re reng re leka ka tšona kudu gore bangwadi diredi le batho ba mmino le ba go drawa di-artist ka moka ga bona re leke ka mokgwa go kgonegang ka bona gore re ba fe maemo ka baka la gore mo Afrika Borwa ke kgone go batla ntlatsa ge ke re ge ba re o artist o ngwana buka goba o reta goba o diane o tlo dula o le modidi ka baka la gore mo South Africa department tša rena a di re tlhokomele e rile ge go thoma Polokwane Literary Fair ka 2012 Matete Motsoaledi ebile wa mathomo wa diredi tše e leng tšatla go tlogela ka 2012 go ba go fitlhela a re šia mo e be e le motho e leng gore le ge a sa fitlhe e fela mošomo wa gage o ba re dumelela gore re o šomiše nna kudu le nna ke bareka ka tša go ruta bana go bana a nka ke tlhalosa job title yaka a e tlhalose mara ke no fela ke summer up ka gore I promote reading in all spheres kudu ka malebe a go rena Matete Motsoaledi re kgonne go ba gausi le ena ka baka la gore e be re ke ya di-interview ke mo founele kere ke gopela go bala poeme e nngwe jaga o be a sere a re ke a tseba gore o bala efe ene ka nnete be ke dula ke bala yona ya ke rumilwe ke lerato so gone jalo ge re fitlhile mo ba ke šomang le bona ba nthumile ba nromileng a ke nyake go fokotsa ebile a ke nyake go tlaleletša ke kgopela gore ke ba le se ba nthumileng ka sona e re ge ke tlaleletše ka maaka ka ke itee ka morago Polokwane Literary Fair would like to honor Matete Motsoaledi for being one of the first artists to grace the fair, thus endorsing us. His role in promotion of indigenous languages, Spadi in particular, embodying the black consciousness of the fair. Polokwane Literary Fair has, as one of its signature features, musical conversation, which, with the permission of the family, we will be honored to name it Rebato Limmi, thus immortalizing Matete's legacy. The makeup and details of the feature will be discussed further with those closest to Matete's work such as Mr. Silitisha and Mr. Mashego, to ensure that we are true to the spirit of Matete. Polokwane Literary Fair is humbled to have breathed the same literary fresh air as this gallant Rebatuli Mino. Le ke tlo kgopela o mongwe wa leloko gore a amogele se ke se tshwereng mo. Re bile le Polokwane Literary Fair ka beke ya mathomo ya November, from the 8th to 12th of November, mo e leng gore ngwaga ka ngwaga ge re ba le literary fair go na le ba re ba kgethang ra ba leboga ka mešomo ya bona e megolo e ba iteang mo setšhabeng, e ka ba go ngwala, e ka ba go reta, ebile gape e ka ba le go thoma di-reading club or community work, as long as e le mmereko o e leng gore o buša se re se lwelang sa maleme a borena. Ngwageng go Matete Motsoaledi le ena re ile ra mo kgetha gore go na le certificate se se mo pele ga ka. Ke kgopela go se bala. Polokwane Annual Polokwane Literary Fair Lifetime Achievement Award presented posthumously to Matete Motsoaledi in recognition of his contribution towards promoting and developing Sepedi language and his commitment to social activism.
Family rep, so amukela sedikit. Thank you, Matete Motsoaledi. Ladies and gentlemen, top performance front row for free. Can you feel the coast? Katla Khalifa Mons. Elna kana would take the mo Africa, hear my voice. Accept it for free. The only thing you can do is just to buy a copy of that book. Original price maybe 225 again. Can negotiate that about 150. About 150 for today. And we've got limited copies today. If I miss it today, also 225. If I want to, it's fine. But like it's a plan, I got the e-wallet and everything. 150 today. The worst you can do is to buy one as a couple. We're supposed to buy each and every one to a couple. But I can be lenient with you. Couples, you can buy one. It's fine. You buy the next one at 225. Lisa, what are performance? Again for free? Litorical book? Okay. Give up. Litorical book? Okay. Alpha? But I read a book. Okay. Sharp. My angel. When am I being married? They're waiting for you. Zoe. I told you, I'm not done yet. Zoe, come and mesmerize us with your performance. Yeah. It was not pre-recorded, she was playing it live. Yeah. Another free performance. Mikey, your time has come.
For free performance.
That's all coach.
Yeah.
That's why I got live performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
We never. Sorry, my voice left me this morning. Yeah. I saw Jorge hear my voice. Yeah, hear my voice, but you're not gonna hear mine properly. Yeah, it's set. Yeah, Matete. Yeah, but check off all straight. You are gonna talk to it. Yeah, we introduced some more coffee, you know. Coffee. Jacobs. None of what coffee, what yeah. That's very bottle higher. He brought this bottle of coffee and said, hey, Brassel, coffee here, I like this one, you must taste this one. Yeah, when you go to my place, now you'll find Jacobs. Yeah, find Jacobs. Yeah, Kimati, a good neighbor, a soft neighbor. He had a garden here behind me. I used to hear him, because his voice was so soft, he couldn't scream around the fence calling me. He'll use his phone. Hey, Brassel, come to the fence. I'll get to the fence. You're trying to spinach. You're trying to now. You're trying to carrot. Yeah, the spinach. The first time you want to spinach since not the wrinkles. I don't know its name till now. But Karimuna, I've never seen such a spinach. Now, how do I cook this one? Because he was a cook too. There's one thing they never mentioned for he liked cooking. Yeah. She's gone. Yeah, we will tell, we will call it that guy liked to cook. I think me and him we got closer because I like to cook too. Yeah, I like my pot too. A very rare thing in a man, I like my pot. Yeah, so that's why he had a garden. He had to come and cut and do the cooking on himself of his garden. na re ja di bitsa ka sekgowa lo tseba di rekang bo Woolworths. Aha, organic. Yeah, ne re jela di organic mo. Now it's been a year I haven't tasted organic. Re ja tsa mo okay. Ke tsa mo okay. Tse di godisiwang ka di enzymes le di mabotswa wow. And one thing for sure that I knew he was good at, he loved his children.
Yeah.
He loved his daughters.
Yeah.
He adored them. They were his princesses. That's one thing for sure. Out of all the thing that I know about him, he left something behind. I didn't know that he is a good banker too. Maybe Athagene was putting that into him because he never talked about his school banking or university banking. I blame Arthur more. You are not a good friend. So this one, the women neighbors, I took them as my younger brother and younger sister. I want to study Rainbow State spinach or yeah, a child. Yeah, I took them as that, and we're close. We're close family. He used to come with music at my place. I started appreciating the finer things in music. He'll say, "Brother, listen to that instrument. If it was not there, this song was not going to be good." I was listening to music, enjoying reggae, melody beat. Now I have to listen. Listen to that guitar and that. I started appreciating music from that point of view, listening to the finer details of music. When you're listening to music, and then you could hear, but there was some other stuff, more music in that make music. That was Matete, because on Sunday morning, while trying to play my music at my house, he'll be sitting there next to that wall or by the stoop with his guitar and with a speaker. And then I have to shut down my music and listen to this guitar man. I appreciated that, and until he told me, he said, "I said, you must listen to them." Yeah, I listened to them when the people were singing, but when the poetry and whatever, they brought those memories. So the music was high. He loved this music. He loved this music. Because we did a time where she joined him. Yeah, they used to make noise. They had a band or something like that. Yeah, I have to close my windows sometimes and doors. Yeah, no. Now that is gone. Now that it's gone. He left us with memories, but I miss that noise. At least the Garezoui, she's there, she'll make some noise. Where are these kids? Hey. Now and then I want somebody is gone. I would 1 minute 47. Okay. No, guys, let's enjoy, let's celebrate the guy.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate the guy. I think he left us with a lot of memories in many things, in many spheres of his life. I appreciate to be his neighbor for close to 20 years. Yeah, we've been neighbors for long. When he was still, I think that time he was 32. Yeah, he was slim, being with Nota. By the time he decided to leave, he decided to put name. Yeah, I like you, brother. I like your tummy. And then he decided to have a tummy. Thank you, Abuji.
Thank you.
And let's enjoy the day. Sorry, one more program and neighbor. I think they made it, Viola Waniba. She forgot my name. That's why she wrote, everybody has a name there. So, everybody. And then it's me. Okay, and it's Sam too. Okay, in one you are THOWE. Or THOOE.
Matete Motsoaledi bana. Matete Motsoaledi iTunes. iTunes. After making the CD, iTunes. Era Mulemo Hamadi. Unchuch was still composing herself. Okay? You're gonna read for him. Okay? I'm gonna also have a twang as well. We're not just gonna hear the twang as well.
Unfortunately, we'll leave the training to the mom. She does it better.
We want a great English, not standard. English here form 5. I want the English at grade 12. Yo! Man. I'm not telling you about it. I don't want to. Form 5 in here.
It takes one to know one. Program director, thank you. Distinguished guests, family and friends, I stand here to read a message on behalf of Odochi. I'm like Basem, my name is not there, so I will take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Portia. I am Oluchi's Mamukhulu. The message reads as, today, exactly last year was the last day you were on earth. We have all come together to celebrate your life. You had such a joyful spirit that none of us could forget, which makes it even harder for us to accept that you are God. I have picked up your guitar for the first time in a while, and I started playing the basics that you taught me. Every time I do well in my academic performances, I remember how your face lights up each time. Pardon me guys, I'm gonna have to go back a while. I've lost my train of thought. Every time I did well in my academic performances, I remember how your face lights up each time I've accomplished success. Every time I water the pot plants, I remember how happy and excited you would be because of what you have achieved in your garden. There are so many things that I miss about you. Hoping that somehow, someday you could wake up, but we must stop hoping. Instead, we have to accept what has been done and do the things that reminds us about those have lost. I hope you really love your 40 years of experience and you have a long and happy life wherever you are. But just remember, this isn't a goodbye letter. It simply means I miss you and we will meet. Thank you.
But as we've already indicated, today we are here to celebrate. And she was celebrating the day. Me and you still have an opportunity for us to celebrate acts like that. it's up to us, yeah? I hope you have learned something today. That being good is a choice which you have to make. Whether you want to be a good neighbor so that you can get a spinach, or you want to be a good dad or a good mom, it's up to us. Yeah, you can get organic as well, the rental ones. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to close our second session. Do you know there is a third session?
Everybody did something.
Except, yeah, you don't, are you gonna say something?
Yeah. Wow.
My dad was so nice. I love my dad. He did everything that I like for him. I love him and God and everything. And that makes me so happy.
Thank you. Wow. If she had said that somewhere and said we're coming to it, you will think we're right. That's exactly what was happening in this house. When they say love lived here, indeed it used to live here. It shows the kind of a dad he was. You can tell from the daughters. Even if you don't believe the mom, just go talk to the daughters. You'll know exactly the kind of a dad he was. So, right now, I was going to come and close for us in prayer and dedicate the food to the Almighty One that we are about to receive. Whatever it is. Oh yes, before that, yeah. Oh. I've said one of these and I got vote of thanks again. Mr. The Gunas and the Motsoaledi, please. Let's come and receive the vote of thanks. You guys sitting there, I don't know what are they going to thank you for. I know what they should thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, the second opportunity to stand here and speak. I think this time around, I'm not going to speak for 1 minute, 48 seconds, because of all the messages that we received here, the speeches, the singing, the poetry, even the last message by the little one. I got very, very inspired to stand up and speak in a bit longer. What Men of Africa said specifically, it provoked me. I felt like actually shedding tears when she mentioned the fact that the spelling language currently is in crisis. She didn't exactly use that word crisis, but it's something that amounts to that. And I said to myself, but what does it mean? It really means that if you're a person and you can't define yourself, then somebody's gonna come and define you. If you're the person, you don't know where you're coming from, somebody will not be wrong to assume that come from anywhere else. You know, this morning I drove from Johannesburg, but if I cannot tell you guys that I drove from Johannesburg, then any one of you will be right to say you drove from Segunda. That's the importance of identity. And that's the message that I'm getting here today. We are the Motsoaledis, and there's something that's very strange that I think you should know. And I wanted the kids to be here so that I can also explain to them, so that they can understand their past. My surname is spelled W-A, Motsoaledi. My cousin here and his family, their surname is spelled O-A. Matete surname spelled O-A. Now, where is this coming from? It's also a question of identity.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Home Affairs. I'm coming to that. The minister, by the way, is my brother. So, and it will be interesting for you to know that he's a victim of Home Affairs himself. So let me explain this. Originally, we Motsoaledis, our surname was spelled O-A. And for some reason, in later years, we found that in the family we were divided in terms of the spelling, O-A-W-A. Some people at work asked me a question, why are you spelling your surname W-A when your brother Aaron is spelling it O-A? And I never actually asked, this question in the family. So I went to Aaron and said, look man, this spelling thing is becoming an embarrassment because they see you on TV there and then you are O-A and the rest of your brothers W-A. Where is this coming from? And he said something interesting here. He said, look, it's a long story, but in 1977, when I passed matric, I applied for a bursary to go and do medicine. Being accepted at the University of Natal. That time we used to just call it Wentworth. So he applied to the former Leboa government under Patu. It was a Patu state, of course, as you all know. Well, he had good marks. He's a very smart guy. And when they replied, they said, your application is provisionally accepted. However, the way you spell your surname is a problem for us. There are many people, they spell Motsoaledi, Letsoalo, or whatever, they spell it W-A. And that is in terms of the Pan-African Language Board, PENSAL. So it's only Botswana who spell it O-A. So we'll give you a bursary provided you go to Home Affairs and change your surname to W-A. Well, he was obviously desperate, to get, the bursary. So he went to Home Affairs and changed his surname to W-A. Now, being a political activist that, he is, after 1994, he got angry and said, no way, I cannot be what I'm not. So he went to Home Affairs again, and he changed his surname to O-A. That's the original way of spelling. Now, the rest of his siblings, when we went to Home Affairs to change our IDs, we used W-A with the understanding that in future we might have the same problem that he encountered when he applied for a bursary. So Aaron changed his surname to O-A and we remained with the spelling W-A. Why? Because our father said, Lord, look, think of all the bureaucracy in that department. To go and change again, you need affidavits, you need so many things. Just leave it the way it is. So guys, I'm trying to say that the messages that I got here are very, very inspiring. The speech, the first speaker, the poet, the singing, Member Africa, they just got me inspired. Today I'm here because of this young man, and I feel guilty that the talent that he has, the messages that he had for humanity, I come and pick up all this today in this event. Is someone who should have been urged not to develop that talent. I'm an author myself, although by profession I'm an engineer. But I end up writing a book about just more than 10 years ago about my life. It's a pity I didn't bring a copy yet, but I should have. The beauty about being an author, a musician, is that you continue to speak to people from your grave. So as far as I'm concerned, Matete is not dead.
Yeah.
Because today is talking to us using art as a language to speak to us. How many years has Shakespeare been in his grave? Many, many years. But we still continue to quote him today. So Matete is speaking to us from his grave. All you guys here, the artists, the singers, the poets, you will continue to talk to humanity from your graves. So I'm really, really inspired. You guys, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. And I'll carry the message to the family. It's a pity that the rest of the family is not here. But I think we love you. You're wonderful. Thank you very much.
Matete Motsoaledi, past 77. 77. Negative second year. Now 73. Oh, it's in here. Don't worry. That was worth it. The 45 minutes it took was it not an issue. Yeah, you are forgiven. Put on a long time. I know with this.
What do you?
Yeah. I not coming out. But yeah, I love it. I'm going.
I'm a cancer program director. Logo is in a low. And the Pushela Motsoaledi, Banguna, Lamakelwana, 9 wow. And Ranza Eco Cancer, Ega Motsoaledi. Ni cancer, Busukela, what if Sunguleni, Logo, dealer at Sungula, he died at that inventory. Komisanile na n'we kahle hambi leswi nkarhi wun'wanyana a swi va swi tika a ho ti byela leswaku hi ku hehe machangana hala mi Vasotho maybe culture ta koho a ti fani mara hi khomisane hi kondza hi ya hi tintirho eka n'we va Motsoaledi Matete Mukon'wana wa hehe loyi a khome kahle n'wana wa hehe u siye vana va ha ri vatsongo ha kombela leswaku hi khomisana na n'wina mi kurise vana Viola wa ha ri ntsongo na yena leswaku vana lava va ta tiva culture ya n'wina ni hinkwaswo vakokwana va fanele va va tiva. Ni rhandza ku ya khensa vana va buti wa mehe hinkwenu ka n'wina ni khensa ni vana va n'wina hinkwavo ni vanuna va n'wina ni vavasati va n'wina na mi khensa support leyi a mi ri na yoho ka Viola a swi nga kombi leswaku buti na Sikoni va fambile ni la ku ya khensa ni vanghani va n'wina vanghani a va sapota na voho swi tikomba ingaku na voho i vamakwavo wa Viola ni la ka khensa ni maxaka vatukulu va hahani se mi hundzuke va ka Nkuna hinkwenu ka n'wina ni la ka khensa na Brasem va makhelwana loko ni fika la ni twa Brasem ni swi vona swa gawa swi ri Brasem hi yehe makhelwana loyi a nga le kusuhani support leyi mi nga na yona yanani mahlweni mi supporta Viola. Ni la ka khensa Viola na n'wi khensa swinene. Se u kurile n'wana Buti hi swa ku laha u nga famba koho hambi mehe a ni fambanga. A swi tika nkarhi wun'wanyani ni swi vona leswaku u le ku khwezeni ka swiganga mara a wu tiyisela, a wu rila, u sule mihloti, u kongoma, u thwasile namuntlha n'wana Buti. Loko a ku ri ku hlaya tibuku a ni ta vula leswaku namuntlha you are a graduate, you are an intellectual. Se hi mhaka ya ku a hi swa tibuku ni ri u kurile, a wu hi khomisanga tingana. Hinkwaswo leswi a hi vula swoho a wu swi endla. Yana emahlweni u kurise vana va wehe, u va kurisisa leswi hi nga ku kurisisa swoho, ku va kurisa hi ku hlonipha na va vona leswaku u va kurisa kahle va hlonipha. Yana mahlweni va hlonipha na khensa.
Wako lava nga na Vabuti va tsakela vana n'wana Buti. Yeah, it's getting hot, ne?
Yeah.
Not the sun, the speeches. Yeah, it's getting hotter and hotter. That's what celebration is all about. Yeah, if you get my program, rather than cancel kona, and when I'm on a paga move at Jarafin, Semena, woman, the director, and Mangana moving, and when I'm from Baka, see what I'm in some corners and win, huh? It has a light lean along a tax upon the Pamana was in size. Some Lungi, that personal and the Janum Kera, Lavanga Lungang, ya, what take out for Willum and 17 letters or Kuna KFC, Nando's, SPN, that corner. But before me farm, make sure you get a copy of the book. You'll get a surprise inside the copy. What's going to come in that direction of the next session in our equipment? Because you go on the next session. But direction be inside the book. La book I did read their father. Yeah. And fine. Yeah, inside the last room, 2 meters. That was a great 12 English, not inside. No, thank you. What sponsor? Please. We invited the presence of God when we started. It's so befitting that to give thanks to Him when we reach the end of our program. And you're going to sing for us? Yeah, before we go, yeah.
I love everyone and I love everyone and they give me such a heart. I love the stuff when they give me such a talk. And when I get scared, they just tell me that I love them. I know everyone loves me and they know I love them too.
There was no way in which you're gonna be shy. You can see. We're going to keep the videos. Thank you.
Thank you, Nas. Arleboge. Antara makamau. Bare mengamau. Baba khona kana sentse re tshwetse. Okay. La moro ditshepo. Amen. Date modimo re go memile ha re simolla modiro o. re lebogela masego, re lebogela tshireletso, re leboga gore letsatsi le bile le ntle ka mokgwa wena o le boneng ka teng. Re lebogela botlhe botlhe ba fitlhileng ka tshireletso ya gago. Re kopa gore gape ga re boela malapeng a rena tseleng ra itse gore ke nako e masisi, ke nako e leng gore bo botlhe re tlile re itlhokomele. Re kopa gore o re sireletse gape ka lerato la gago. Mara Modimo re lebogela gape modiro o montle o, re lebogela matsogo a dirileng. Re kopa gape re kopela dijo tse re tlo di jang e se kgale. Re kopa gore o re phuthele dipelo, re di amogele. Re lebogela tse ka leina la morena wa rena Jesu Kriste. Amen. Ka leina la raralla morela le ditshepo. Amen. Ne ke re ba kopela la Alright, so thank you so much. I think one announcement is bathroom Hani Peters. Anybody? Size and for left.
Because I am a room board, but I want a bathroom.
No man, he's just sitting next to the side. But that's our bathrooms. Everybody, please, we are still under COVID. We are encouraged to do the right thing, even though not, and don't do as I do. And then I was tasked to say that we'll be having lunch at least at 11 o'clock. So we'll just be patient and mingle, social distance.
Thank you. Let the party begin.
Bisho chama